Gun Violence by Xavier Smith.
A disturbing crime wave. Dozens of people have been shot in the last week. CBS News national correspondent Dean Reynolds reports.
Shooting violence has gotten so bad in Chicago that gunfights are breaking out now at existing crime scenes, and even with police in close proximity. We got shots fired over here. Civilians were ducking for cover as this shootout occurred early Friday on the city's south side. What we have to do. Even the police commissioner, Jody Weiss, was pulled away from an interview at the sound of gunfire nearby. It has shaken a community already shell-shocked by gang warfare. There were 41 arrests and 11 guns recovered over the weekend in the city during a big drug bust.
We're in a state of emergency over here with our children. We need the National Guard.
In the last week, at least 50 people were shot and 6 killed in Chicago. Police said mild weather may have been a contributing factor in encouraging bad elements out into the streets. If so, things could get a lot worse as spring turns to summer in the city. Dean Reynolds, CBS News, Chicago. A lot happens early.
The issue is that gun violence in the city of Chicago has risen. Gangs in the city are a big reason for their increase. Also, drug wars between the gangs. 61% of homicides in the year of 2011 were because of street gangs. The major gangs being Black Gangster Disciples, Vice Lords, Black P. Stones, and Latin Kings. Because of all these street wars between the gangs, it has left lots of innocent people to be caught in the gunfire and killed. The picture on the bottom of the screen shows records of gun violence since 2012. First, I'm saying total shootings of victims since 2012 is 9,228. Total shootings death 1,347. And total murdered citizens of age 24 years or younger 659. Chicago was among the first cities to build an integrated emergency response center, which helps the city respond to violent crimes around the city a lot faster. Also, pods, known as police observation devices, are a big part of Chicago trying to solve the gun violence, putting up over 20,000 cameras with a 360 rotator and zooms in to a good level. These cameras were put in a lot of high crime rate areas, declining crimes by 72%. This has lowered the violence, advantages being with people knowing that they are being watched, they aren't going to go out and shoot at someone, knowing the chances of being caught have risen with the pods being over them. Disadvantages with the 20,000 cameras put up around the city are that they aren't cheap, and also they brought attention to ACLU, American Civil Liberties Union, that all the cameras around the city are a threat to people's privacy. Put the guns down has become the words of wisdom that rappers such as Common, Lil Durk, Lil Herb, Chief Keef have put in songs to send a message to young teens. Some solutions that groups have came up with around Chicago to reduce the murder rate is that the government has to reduce the way of how easy it is for young teens to get guns, and also that the government has to build up on poor neighborhoods. Crime comes from more ghetto areas such as Inglewood, Roseland, Humboldt Park, etc. And it shows that if these neighborhoods were built up more, it could be a possible chance to lower the crime rate. How I would solve the solution? I would crack down harder on where people are getting these guns, which comes with more power from the government and policing. Also, I would build up better communities and the money would have to come from the government to fix everything up and make the neighborhoods more likely to live in. And I say put up more cameras around the neighborhoods so that less crime will happen. And if any crime does happen, the government will be able to know who did it, when, where, how, etc.